How you doing? 1971 International Travelall 1210, 3/4 ton model. What's really cool about this one, we took the original drivetrain out. It had a 392 3-speed. When I bought this truck out in California, I drove it from California to Iowa and got 4 to 6 miles per gallon. And it's really bad with a 17-gallon tank. Didn't go very far. So over the course of the last couple of years, we have pulled that drivetrain out, put a 2015 L96 6-liter with a 6L80 MP241, replaced the front axle with a Dana 44 with disc brakes. So basically just modernized it, freshened it up, and now she's ready to run. And what's cool, today more than ever, people want to drive vintage 4x4s, and so this one is going to be used for towing an Airstream and just kind of hauling a family around the Northeast. So this will be just such a cool rig to have out in New Hampshire, Massachusetts area, and giving a new family another 20-30 years of use. One thing that's really cool about doing these swaps is they become drivable. So whereas before this truck would struggle to do 65, down the freeway, it's geared kind of low. Today 75 is no problem. Get pretty decent gas mileage. We're anticipating probably 13 to 15 miles per gallon, which is a big heavy truck, and it's going to be actually towing a 7,000-pound Airstream. So not only will that look amazing, airbag assist in the rear suspension, so really purpose built for towing and just hauling around a family, man, and having a good time. One of the challenges with a project like this is the scarcity of parts. Like these trucks are kind of hard to find parts for. And so like the wood grain trim, some of the chrome trim was not in great shape. So sourcing that was a challenge, but we wanted to keep the exterior aesthetic really stock. So just powder coated the wheels, stock hubcaps, original size tires, refurbished all the chrome trim, polished it up, restored it. And what you get is like a really cool classic vintage package, and I like that. Like one of the things we really strive for is keeping them stock looking, so you'd never know that this one was swapped, never know that it's got a fire breathing dragon under the hood. And it rips, man. This thing has tons of power with the 6-liter, and the 6-speed is really useful for keeping it in its peak power, especially for towing. It'll be really helpful. The interior was fun too, so we wanted to keep it really original. So the dash is actually unrestored. We just kind of cleaned it up, so we wanted to keep that story and kind of just some of that patina is hard to duplicate in a restored way. So kept that, and then on the seats we were able to source NOS fabric for the fabric inserts on the seats. The rear seats are all original. Front seats have been redone in matching vinyl and original NOS black material. So that was another fun aspect. Integrated all the gauges. Getting the shifter to work with the 6L80 was a challenge, but it came out all really nice, and just a perfect family hauler. Tons of room inside. As you can see, there's ample space in the back behind the seat. You could easily sleep 2 or 3 people back there. And I love the crank windows. Can't go wrong with that. Introducing a new generation to the crank window is always a fun thing. What I know of its history I think it was like a Forest Service truck or similar to that up in Oregon, and it lived there for a long time, and then it got sold to someone in Southern California, and I think it was only there for a couple of years, and then we picked it up from that owner in Southern California. One thing that I love to do is preserve little tokens of the truck's history, and for us these little skull lock rods, or I don't even know what that's what you call, but these little skeleton things, skull things, were on the truck when we got it, and so that was something that through the restoration that was important for us to keep. And a little, I don't know if it's Grateful Dead, but the smiley face sunglass sun on the back window, we actually worked pretty hard to preserve that and clean it up, because those are just cool parts of its story that'll continue on. Hopefully the new owners will add other little things that'll carry on its story. So this was a fun project for us, and this Travelall is gonna go out to its new owner. We'll drive it out to the East Coast, and it's going to give a new family a whole new set of experiences and memories. And there's really no better way to explore and interact with the outside environment than in a vintage 4x4. The visibility is better, both from you viewing the world outside and the world outside viewing and interacting with you. It's always a fun thing. And so we just encourage people, get out, make memories with your friends and family. And if you don't own a vintage 4x4, I recommend you check one out, man. They're a lot of fun. And then get ready for a conversion, because you're going to want to drive it and use it. Thanks.